All right, we are recording. Thank you guys for joining us on our Team Zoom. We're going to talk about challenge groups today. But before I get into it, I just want to do some recognition really quickly. So congrats to our top producers. This is for new coaches. This is everyone who has the most volume on our team this past week. Basically, the higher the number, the more people that we were able to help. So Kat had 500. Way to go, Kat. Marina, Rebecca, and Jean all had 200. And congrats to everyone who is at Success Club. There's a lot of you that are almost there. I think I'm at 28. And I'm still working hard, you guys. The month is not over yet. So Success Club is a direct reflection of how consistent you've been and how many lives you have changed. And so you need to make Success Club a priority. And once you hit Success Club this month, we get a webcast with John Maxwell, leadership experts, which is super duper cool. So all of you who are almost there, dude, the month is not over. So make sure you keep working hard. Congrats to everyone who sponsored a coach on the team this past week, and welcome new coaches. So congrats Tiffany, Ingrid, and myself. Welcome Julie, Isabel, and Amanda. And we have a new Emerald coach on the team. Congrats, Lauren, on your rank advancement. You are awesome, girl. Diamond is right around the corner. So great job. All right, we are going to talk about challenge groups today. Let me make sure I have anyone muted with background noise, just because I'm very easily distracted. Okay. All right. Is everyone participating in a challenge group, or you have participated in a challenge group in the past? Yes, yes, yes.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Very important that you've at least had the experience of being in a challenge group so you know what the heck it is that I'm talking about. So if for whatever reason you are not in a challenge group or you've never been in a challenge group, make sure to message your coach, message me, and we will get you in one. So I have a couple of documents that I'm going to be sharing with you guys. I'm actually going to just share the slides with you. Everything that I'm sharing with you is in our team's Google Drive. So if you just search in there, you'll find them. And if you go to our challenge group, I have an actual folder just for challenge groups. You'll find it all there too. So let's talk how to rock challenge groups. And really important, you guys, that you're running challenge groups every single month. Challenge groups are the bread and butter of our business. I run one challenge group every month. I do one free challenge and one paid challenge. And so every single month I'm inviting to my challenge group. Okay?
Mommy?
Yes.
Can I get that the one?
Last one.
The pink one.
Okay. So I have this document here on how to do a challenger getting started right call. And so do a phone call with your new challengers just to set the expectations of the group, to talk to them about any questions that they have, and just to get to know them a little bit better. So as your coach, you're providing this value to them of having a one-on-one call. And so here's a document on what you can do with them on that call. So I recommend with every single challenger, you set up a one-on-one call with them. And it's so important that you are participating in the challenge group as well. And so always be a challenger. Don't just run groups and let your own fitness go fall through the cracks, right? You can't be helping everyone else if you're not helping yourself. And so it's just like when you're on the airplane, put the oxygen mask on yourself before you put it on anyone else. And so it's really, really, really important that you are always a challenger. You are always on your fitness journey and you're leading by example. Show up every single day. What program are you going to be committing to with your challengers? Make sure they know. You need to be in the trenches with them and have a new challenge starting every month. You are always on your own fitness journey. And in these challenge groups, your goal should always be on getting your challengers results. Focus on those transformations. Get those testimonials from your challengers. You want to provide an experience that's so awesome that people are getting those transformations and they're sending you their testimonials and saying, holy moly, being in your challenge group changed my life. That's the kind of experience that we want to provide, okay? And so getting to know your challenger. In the beginning of the challenge group, one of the things that I always do is ask them, what is their why? And so I not only cover this on the one-on-one call, but I cover it in the challenge group too. This challenge group, I didn't get very much participation from my challengers. That happens, Mary. That does happen. I've had challenge groups that totally flopped. But what I find, I'm going to share some more tips in here, getting to the root of their why and figuring out what's important to them. So important. And having them commit to that why, to write it down and to revisit it daily. All right. Superman.
It's called
Superman.
this kind of what?
Okay. So do you guys remember doing this as challengers in your challenge group, writing down your why, even as coaches, right? So we have you decide on your why with your business, because that's really what's going to make it real for you, make it stick, get to that concrete reason of what's important to you, what's important to them in their fitness. Provide accountability. So Mary, this can help you too to get some more participation going. There's a lot of different ways that you can do this. I know some people, Marina does like a point system in her challenge group. So like you check in with a sweaty selfie, you get 2 points. If you check in with like a picture of your food, you get 3 points. If you post on Facebook, you get 5 points. And so she has this entire tracking system that's awesome. That's a little too much work for me personally. So I'm not doing that, but I do nightly check-ins. And so every night, I actually scheduled my check-in post to make sure I don't miss it. I have it scheduled to do a nightly check-in. So I have them tell us, okay, did you do your workout? Did you drink your Shakeology? Did you post something positive on social media? And did you do your personal development? Because those are the things that I know is going to be the most important part of their journey. Tracking those behaviors. Did you stick with your meal plan? I think there's 4 questions that I have. But those are the things that I know are going to provide the most results to them. And at the same time, I'm kind of grooming my future coaches in these challenge groups. So I'm providing them similar activities that we do as coaches, and the ones that are rising up to my expectations are the ones that I know are going to make awesome coaches, right? And so I have that nightly check-in, and I do have a spreadsheet. I'll share with you guys my spreadsheet. You might see your name on there. And like I said, I'm going to share this with you guys. And so all I do, you might have a fancier way of doing spreadsheets. I keep it so simple. I just have all of my challengers' names here, and then I have the date, and then I go through and all the check-in posts, if they did check in, they get, and they said yes to all things, they get an X. If they checked in and said, yes, no, I did not drink my shake, yes, I followed the meal plan, no, I didn't post something on social media, they get an O, just so I know that they checked in, but they didn't complete all the behaviors. And so what happens when I go through this list at the end of the week, or even I usually go through it on a daily basis, and I see, this person hasn't checked in 2 days in a row. Where have they been? And so this gives like an increased level of accountability to my challengers. So I know like, okay, they're not checking in every day. Where are they? And I can see, is someone falling through the cracks? And so I do sponsor and sign up quite a lot of challengers. So I signed up, I think 13 challengers this month, 13 challengers and coaches. I want to make sure I'm being the best coach I can possibly be for these people without having to necessarily hold their hand every step of the way. And the group support really helps with that. And having this accountability really helps with that too. So I can see who's checking in, who's kind of fallen off the grid, who do I need to make sure I'm personally reaching out to. And so what I do, I'll tag people if they're not checking in, but I'm also giving them incentives to check in. And so every week I'm selecting a winner from whoever checked in every day and did all of those activities. And so it doesn't have to be anything huge. You know what you could do is we have the performance line sampler packs that you can get for really cheap. And so maybe you get some of the performance line samplers that you give out as prizes to whoever your winner is in your challenge group. And so what's that doing? They have an incentive to work hard and to check in, but they're also trying the performance line so that they will fall in love with it and end up being not only your Shakeology customer, but your Performance Line customer too, increasing your retail sales. All right. Recognizing your challengers. If you see people that are doing an awesome job in the challenge group and they're checking in and they're providing that, that support to other challengers, recognize them. You guys don't underestimate the power that recognition has. And so any little thing that you can recognize, do it. So one of the most important lessons that I've learned in this business is that some people will fade away, both as a coach on your team and as a challenger. There's nothing you can do about it. You can be the best coach in the entire world and you're still not going to have 100% retention rate. Some people just aren't ready. They might buy a challenge pack and join your challenge group, but something is going on in their life and they're not ready to commit. And so I would still check in with them. I wouldn't hound them down like every single day, but every week of the challenge, make sure you check in with them. And just know that it's not, TJ, be quiet. Hey. You're too loud. On va commencer à faire mieux. Arrête. So it's not your fault if some people fade away. Just know that. It's not your fault as a coach if you have 80% of your challengers are doing a freaking amazing job and they're checking in, they're getting results, and 20% of people aren't. That's not your fault, okay? I know you pearls especially, you want to save the world and help every single person. Not every single person is going to participate. Not every single person is going to stick with it. And I know for you pearls especially, that breaks your heart because you want to save the world and help everybody, but just know you can't. Do your best and do all these things that I'm talking about and do some more research because there's so many YouTube videos on how to rock challenge groups, and just know it's not your fault. You're going to provide an awesome experience and the ones that are ready are going to rock it. I always make it my goal to add more value and to do more than is expected as a coach. And so I send out weekly emails to my challengers. I have all of their email addresses and I use Google Streak. It's an extension that you can use for free until you have a certain number of contacts. So that's great for new coaches. It's an awesome follow-up system. Google Streak. I believe we talk about it in our new coach training as a way to follow up with people in one of the modules. But it's such a cool way to be able to send mass emails to your challengers and coaches on your team. And so I'm doing personal development every single day, both with mindset stuff and nutrition stuff. And so I'm constantly learning, I'm constantly growing, and whatever I'm learning, I'm just sharing that with my challengers. Hey, I read this today and I loved it. I wanted to make sure I sent it your way. And so it's not something that I necessarily have planned out or thought out way in advance. It's usually like in the moment, I read this, I really wanted to share it with you. Here are some tips. In addition, in those emails, I'm usually sharing videos about Shakeology. Because a lot of times people start drinking Shakeology and they don't understand what makes it so special. And so I'm sharing it. You guys, if you go to the Team Beachbody YouTube channel, there's so many videos there on Shakeology. You can share with them the Shakeology in the Fields video. You can share a video about Darren and Isabel Deichler, the founders or the co-creators of Shakeology, and them talking about it, just so they understand the different nutrients that are in there and why it's so powerful. And so maybe in those weekly emails, you do like a spotlight on a Shakeology ingredient, or you share some Shakeology dessert recipes and let them know, hey, you don't have to be limited to just like shakes, right? Like you can make Shakeology cookies and pies and Shakeology fat bombs, like all of these cool things. So send those emails and make sure that they know, hey, you have extra support beyond just the group too, okay? And that can be a way for you to check in with them as well. Do you have any questions? How is the group going so far? You don't have any questions? Okay. And then checking in with them on a one-on-one basis. What do you need help with? What are you struggling with? So they know like, hey, I'm here for you. Here are some tips, some support and everything. What can I do to serve you? Something that I recently created when I was in Chicago is a challenge membership page. And you guys can feel free to promote this and to send it to your challengers when they sign up. And so this is the link, and the password is I am a rock star. And so on this challenger membership page, it's basically helping them get started on their own, right? And so the basics of scheduling their workouts, opening up their challenge pack, starting meal prep, showing them how to take their before pictures, providing sample vision boards, setting the expectations again of checking into the challenge group. I'm also sharing more about Shakeology, Why Drink Shakeology by Darren Oline. This is our CEO, Carl Deichler, talking about why he drinks Shakeology every day. And then here I'm also providing recipes for all the different flavors as well as my favorite. A lot of people will get started on Shakeology and they don't know how to make it right. And so they try it a few times and they say, ew, it was disgusting. But you need to really spell it out for your challengers and say, this is how I love it. This is how I recommend you try it. And then again, I'm starting them off with their personal development right away. And he's exhausted, so I'm sorry.
I am not.
You're not exhausted? Then why are you kind of acting up? Why don't you just sit still?
I'm not acting up.
We had such a busy day. And again, I'm starting them on personal development, telling them, hey, I know this is a weight loss group, but it starts with mindset. How many of you guys have learned mindset is everything when it comes to weight loss, right? Everything. So I'm sharing that with them right from the get-go. This is the first thing that I send them. And they're learning, hey, this Tony Robbins guy is pretty cool. I should start watching more of his videos on YouTube. And then I'm teaching with them the miracle morning and how to start your day off right. How much could this alone change their life if they just start doing the miracle morning? And this doesn't even have to do with fitness, right? This is all mindset. And I'm sharing with them some of my favorite resources on nutrition, because nutrition is going to be the battle, right? Not just their fitness. And then my favorite podcasts, as well as suggested products. And so I'm sharing with them some of the, and if you do use this challenge membership page and they want the suggested products, just know that these are linked to my site. So you'll have to, if they want one of these, you need to make sure they sign in to Team Beachbody and you are the assigned coach. It should be if they just go to Team Beachbody, but I just want to make sure you don't have any problems with that. But these are the products that I personally love the most. But if you're going to be recommending any products, you need to make sure that you're using these yourself, right? So if you haven't tried the Shakeology boosts, try them so you can recommend them to your challengers. If you haven't tried the performance line yet, why the heck not? Our performance line's amazing. So try it so you can let your challengers know this stuff is awesome. And then I'm also talking to them about coaching. I'm planting that seed right from the get-go. Hey, this is something that might be right for you. Why?
Can you do it now,
What do you say?
please?
Sure. Oh, I did not mean to click. And then when I promote my challenge group, I'm promoting all of these bonuses to be able to share with my challengers. And again, you guys can promote these same bonuses: workout playlists, healthy travel tips, some meal plans, all this different stuff. And then I'm telling them about the Beachbody Challenge. Have you guys submitted your results to the Beachbody Challenge yet? Yes, no, maybe. If you haven't, you need to. They're going to send you a free shirt for your program and you can win money. I won $500 in the Beachbody Challenge. And so before and after every single program that I do, I submit my results. My friend Dallas won $250,000. What? For losing weight. He lost 180 or 190 pounds. So I'm telling them, hey, you're taking your before and after pictures and you're going to submit them to the Beachbody Challenge. Did you know that if your challenger wins in the Beachbody Challenge, you get paid too? So let's say they win like the $10,000 quarterly prize. I think you win like $2,500. So talk about the Beachbody Challenge, help them get results, make sure they submit those, okay? So again, that already adds value, right? Having that challenge membership page, having the bonuses, having the weekly emails with tips. Go live in your challenge groups. Going live is one of the coolest features that Facebook has rolled out. And it's just another way you can go live just like when you're on the run or whatever, but you can schedule a time like, hey, every Monday and Wednesday at 9 a.m. Eastern time, I'm going to be going live in this group talking about X, Y, and Z, just so they have even more value. And you don't have to be an expert. This is something that you're learning and you're teaching. So it could be whatever you read in personal development, or you listened to a podcast from Shalene and you learned about fasting or keto, whatever it is that you're learning, share it. You don't have to be like so far ahead on your fitness journey, just a step ahead, and share whatever you're learning. Okay? Yes. You got boo-boo, didn't you?
Okay.
That's okay. One of the things that I did a couple years ago, I got into such a rut with my challenge groups, and I used to just schedule my posts, and that was pretty much it. Like I never really showed up into my challenge groups, and my challenge groups stunk. And so it's really important that you don't just schedule your posts and run. You show up, you be active and participate in that challenge group. Go Beyond Fitness, do some get to know each other posts. In our Google Drive, I have this folder. So again, if you go to our team's Google Drive and you go to the challenge group folder, I created another folder within that challenge group conversation pics. And so these are all different pictures to help get the conversation started in your challenge groups beyond just fitness. And so my 3 favorite things about myself are, the hardest move for me today was, and so all of these are just different conversation starters so you and your challengers can get to know each other even better. Okay? All right, like I talked about before, make sure your challengers, when you do that getting started right call with your challengers, you get them started on personal development right away. And so I always recommend they start with The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy, because that really gets them in the mindset of baby steps, and it doesn't have to be an all or nothing thing. And it's just, if you start doing a few small activities during this challenge group, you're going to see results. And I think that really helps with that mindset shift of, okay, 80-20, I don't have to be perfect, just a few things. And that really helps them stick with it, I find. I'm sharing personal development videos in the group too. And so again, I'm doing personal development every day. Why the heck should I keep that to myself? I need to make sure I'm sharing that with my challenge group, with my coaches too, right? And ask them, what are you guys learning in your personal development? Mindset is everything. So make sure you get them doing that personal development and talking about it. And again, educate on the value of Shakeology. Do you guys listen to the Shakeology podcast? If you don't, you should. And make sure your challengers know about the Shakeology podcast. We have something so special. You got to make sure you know why it's special. And you got to make sure your challengers know why too. And again, share about the Boost and Performance line, but you can't share about it if you're not using it too. You can't recommend a product if you're not using it. So be authentic. If you haven't tried the Performance line, shoot, order it. Energize is the bomb. But I love the Recovery and Recharge. Go get a towel, please. What did you do? Go get a towel. Towel. Is that your shower?
No.
Here.
Mommy.
Was that your shower?
Mom.
Was that your shower? You just spilled water everywhere. So maybe after this call, you go and order Energize and Recharge so you can try those products. You try the Shakeology boosts. And like I said, with all my new challengers, I send them a welcome letter in the mail. A letter. And I usually include samples of Shakeology and samples of the performance line. They get so excited when they get this in the mail. Like, it just kind of solidifies their commitment, and they trust me more as their coach. And so you can get a packet of 10 Energize packets, I think, for $10. So get those packets of Energize. You can get an entire sampler pack of the performance line, and get those Shakeology samples that you can hand out too, because it does take 5 to 7 business days for their Shakeology to actually get to them. They have access to BOD right away. But what if the day they sign up, you send them 2 to 3 packets of Shakeology for them to have right away, so they don't have to wait for that challenge pack to come in? How awesome would that be if you were the challenger and your coach did that? How cool would that feel, right? And grooming coaches. So in these groups, you got to make sure you're checking in, obviously, and you're participating, and look who in the group is rocking it, who is encouraging other people, who is showing up daily, who would make a great coach. Tell them, reach out to that person. Dude, I just got to let you know you're doing an amazing job in our challenge group, and I'm so proud of you. Have you ever considered becoming a coach? I think you'd be great at it because. And tell them why you think they would make a great coach. A lot of times they might have thought about it, but they're like, I don't think that's for me. But by you planting that seed, they're going to have so much more faith in themselves. So plant those seeds. And a lot of times I don't even wait for the paid challenge groups. I look in my free group. Who's rocking in my free group that I think would make a great coach? And again, the Beachbody Challenge, talk that up. If you guys didn't know, in our challenge group folder, you don't need spray, it's just water. So this is our challenge group folder, and we have all of the sample posts that you can do. So again, you can schedule posts, and I do schedule posts for my challenge groups, but I show up live, and I post live way more often than I schedule posts. Okay, so you can use some of these to schedule some, but just make sure you're showing up and you are posting your meals, you're posting your workouts, you're posting these other things in there, you're going live. So it's not just you hoot-sweeting posts, okay? Let me check these comments. Very little movement in my group. I'm only thinking about getting a challenge pack. Awesome. You guys, my first couple challenge groups were not great. So if your first couple, you're like, oh, this is like pulling teeth, getting people to participate, have no fear, they get better. You're not going to be an expert the first time you do anything, okay? My first challenge group, it was me, my mom, my cousin, and my old college roommate. And we did P90X together. And it was because I wanted that support, and I loved P90X. Mary, there's no live videos in my challenge tracker, but if you check your Coach Online Office breaking news, you can upload videos directly there now.
Mommy, do you have the orange? No, it's that one?
No.
Oh,
do you send Shakeology packets to everyone, or just, dude?
Why I can have?
Because you'll get boo-boo teeth. I don't send it to everyone. Only those who buy challenge packs or Shakeology, and my new coaches. My new coaches get it too. What are you doing? Not right now. You gotta wait. Sample packs. I know we can get regular or vegan. How many of each sample packs? So for Shakeology, it's 24 packs. Come in a box. 24 packs come in a box. So this is definitely one of the cool things. If you sign up your spouse to help you get to Emerald. Order Shakeology packets from your spouse that you can use to get, use as giveaways and use to send your new challengers and your new coaches. Very, very helpful. Okay. So that is what I have, is just some starter tips for you guys to really, again, the biggest thing in our business, the person who provides the most value wins, okay? So that goes for social media, that goes for your free groups, that goes for your challenge groups. And so your goal every day should be, how can I add more value to someone's life today? How can I help somebody today? Because if that is your number one goal, dude, your business is going to explode. So learn something, do your personal development. Who can I share this with? This was so cool what I just learned. How can I share this and help somebody else? 24 in each pack, is that the one that's like 50? So Tori, that's the Shakeology sampler pack, and that only comes with 7. So get the box of Shakeology. So you can either, when you order Shakeology, you can either get a bag or a box. So to get the samples at the cheapest price, I just get the box, and it's the 24 packets for the $99 coach price. Signing up a spouse, as in with the challenge pack, or just Shakeology? When you sign up your spouse, I recommend signing them up with the challenge pack. You can do the 3-day refresh if you want. The 3-day refresh challenge pack, that's one of the cheaper options. So that way you can try the 3-day refresh, and then you'll get that at a discount with the Shakeology packets, and you'll get a higher commission when you sell a challenge pack as opposed to just Shakeology. And then the coach sign up fee is waived. So sign up your spouse with the challenge pack. Since you already have on demand, I would suggest the 3-day refresh. That would be my suggestion. What other questions do you guys have? Good questions so far. This is awesome. Has this been helpful? Yes. Okay. Tori's like, yes.
Awesome information.
Yay! Happy to help. I've had a lot of really bad challenge groups, and I've learned a lot over the years. Constantly evolving, so don't be afraid to try something new. What I'm saying doesn't have to be set in stone, okay? Take what I've done, make it better, run with it. As with anything in this business, take it, make it better. If you see something I'm doing and I'm like, I think it would be better like this, do it. Then share with me. I'm always improving. What other questions do you guys have? Mary says nothing. And just a reminder, you guys, Coach Summit is coming up like 6 or something crazy. Get your ticket and get your BB to Summit. I still have room in my house for you if you want to come. Coach Summit will change your life, will grow your business. You will have so much fun. It's a tax write-off. You'll get to meet our team and work out live with the trainers. It's like the highlight of my year. Funny story. I think it was my 3rd Coach Summit. It was when I found out I was pregnant with him. And one of the first things that went through my head, yay, I'm pregnant. No, he's due right before Coach Summit and I won't be able to go. Seriously, like one of the best times of the year. You have to go. Yes, I hope you get approved, Tori. You will love it. Love it, love it. Any other questions? All right, we're going to start on level 2 training. We're going to go ahead and start on Monday. So if you're not in level 2, the new coach group, I'll make sure to add everyone that signed up in May. So you'll get to be able to participate in that. And it'll make sense on Monday, like once everything starts. But basically learning more about the business with daily check-ins, but you'll still be going through the New Coach Academy, our team training site, on your own. So on your own time to learn everything. So there's not going to be as much content as I've done in the past. It's more going to be you learning on your own and more accountability and questions. Yes, Tori, I will. It might take a while for me to upload it with slow internet, but I will do my best to get it up tonight. And I can post the slides right away so you can look at the slides too. And I washed my hair today. I don't know why it looks so greasy. All right, no other questions, you guys? Amanda, I know you had a bunch of questions. Do you want to stay on with me and you can ask them? Yeah? Okay. Where's all this located in the Facebook page file section? Our Google Drive. I'll post it. It's posted like everywhere, but I'll post it in the chat section. Let me. All right. I just shared it in the chat section. So you have access to that too. Thanks for joining us, May. So our next team call will be a week from Saturday. We'll have Megan Mulaney, 7-Star Diamond, speaking with us. So I'll create an event for that. And then early next week, I'll do like a Q&A. So we're not doing like a week and a half before our next call. So we'll have like a Q&A and other stuff going on too. But if you have any other questions, just post them in the team page and we can go from there. Sound good? Yay. All right. Well, thank you guys for jumping on and joining us. Amanda, just hang out with me and I'll answer all your questions.